Hey everyone, welcome to my video on fitting the heat crash bars to my 2018 Africa Twin Adventure Sports. There's a couple of things you need to know before you start doing this, and I wish I knew them before I'd started. But it should be probably an hour's job max, but it takes all day to do it. Hopefully this will save you a few hours and you won't have the same problems that I had. Before you get started on this job, make sure that you're able to get out bolts like this that are rounded off, because there's no way of getting them out with the Allen key. They're just too soft. If you can't get those out, then don't even start the job because you'll get stuck. Another thing you need to know is you'll need 2 sets of spanners, because when you come down to things like this, you will need a spanner on one end and a spanner on the other end, and you probably can't get a socket into them, so 2 sets of spanners is really handy. The instructions are completely useless, so I wouldn't even bother looking at those. Just watch this video and hopefully I've explained everything that you'll need to know. It's actually not that hard, but you just need to go about it in the right way. Hey everyone, so today we're going to fit the new heat crash bars to my Africa Twin. The other day we did the bark busters and we're really pleased with those, so today we're going to have a go at the crash bars. So the Africa Twin already comes with a crash bar fitted to it, but apparently it's not very strong, and the heat ones are meant to be much stronger and more durable. They also come down and they'll cover the engine casings, so that should protect them if I fall over. So the first thing we've got to do is open the box. Definitely well packaged, that's for sure. Okay, so they were really well wrapped up. We've unwrapped them, and first of all, I suppose we take the other one off. Let's see how that goes. So we're going to take the sump guard off, which will hopefully give us access to that bolt in there, which will allow us to get the rest of the frame off. So sump guard first, which is a Allen key, looks about 5. Perfect. Yeah, 5mm Allen key to get the sump guard off, and I think there's 1, 2, probably 3, 4 to get that off. The next step's to take these 2 12mm bolts out, 1 from each side, and then we'll go up under the front and try and get those 2 Allen keys out from under there. Hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. See how we get on with that. Is that loose?
It wasn't tight, because it's on a jiggly bracket.
That's good. It's going to be really tight.
Yeah, I did.
That's one out. Over to the other side.
Not tight at all.
That was easy. Okay, let's try the 2 under the front then.
idea what they are?
No. Tim's out helping us again, aren't you, Tim's? Say hello. Hello? Okay. Done. So it's a 5mm Allen key under here to get these two off. See how easy these are. $10. Yeah, it looks like a 10. So we've tried to get these two out quickly and they're in tight and they just seem to be rounding off. So we've decided we're going to take the front two, these ones off and remove the bars, and that'll give us a bit more space to get to the other ones then and have another go at those. So that's our next move. It's 10mm to get these off.
We're about to be out now.
Ooh. That's not as heavy as I thought. Okay, that's the old crash bars off.
Is that going to fit past the forks?
Yep, good job. See if you can do it with a screwdriver now. I don't think we're going to be able to, but...
Yeah, you're a good boy. You still not do it?
Okay.
Drink. What time is Tesco's going?
So this has just taken me 20 minutes to get out. It's ridiculously soft and ridiculously tight. First of all, I tried my extractor set on it and that didn't work. Then I tried angle grinding a slot on it to get a screwdriver in, that didn't work. Then I drilled it out, and after I drilled it out, then I managed to get the screw extractor in again, and then that managed to get it out. But the problem is I've still got another one to go, so let's see how that goes. There they are then. It's taken about an hour to get both of those out. I managed to angle grind a slot in that one and then move the bracket to break the sort of lock on the thread, and then got a screwdriver, flathead, and tapped it and eventually managed to get it out. But what a pain. The next stage is to take these two 10mm bolts out and put in the front bracket. On the top one.
Oh, it's a bit tighter. Oh.
Can you do it?
No.
Oh, there we go.
God, it's up tight.
So we've fitted this bracket now, and we've put 35mm bolts in because the 30mm that we thought we needed didn't fit. So we've gone for 35, but we might have to take those out and change them later if we find we need them for something else. So there's a bracket here that was holding the original crash bars on, we're going to take that off next. That's just held on by a 10mm bolt there and another one there. So we've slackened those off and we're going to remove this whole piece. So pull that out. Hopefully that should just come out quite easily. I don't think we're going to need that again. So we've mounted this bracket in here. We just had to slacken off these nuts underneath, which I don't think you can see. It's the back of those. There's a bit of paint under there at some time. And that just slips on over the front of those using the originals. And we'll see what connects up to that in a minute. Go then.
Is another bit on that side as well, which is just spinning.
Yeah, can you hold the other side then?
Can you give me another spanner?
Yeah. 12. Oh, that's right, that's loose. Right, are we there?
No.
No. The long bolt with the spacer goes on the bottom mount by the exhaust. That's what we're going to do next. Put that through there, and then there's another one at the back, which is that one, which we've got to replace with another long one. So once we've done this, we'll try and do that one. Looks a bit more difficult to get to, that one. We've got that one in. The spacer goes on the right hand side as you're sitting at the front of the bike looking at it. Now for the back one. We've taken both of these out now and replaced them with, you have to get behind this hose to see it, but behind that hose we've put the bigger one, the fatter one, through. We haven't put the nut on it yet because sooner or later we're going to mount the crash bars and then we'll have to do them up, so we've left that off one side. The bottom one I've just threaded it on for now, but I'll take it off when we put the crash bars back on it. Next is to slacken these two off, and then I think we can mount the bars. So let's slacken those off and see what happens. Oh well, my battery died. So I finished fitting the bars anyway, and there's a few things that I can just point out that we struggle with, and hopefully it'll stop you from struggling with the same things. I got to the point where I was going to slacken these three off, but you only need to take that one out and that one out and fit that with the two Allen key head bolts when you put the crash bars on. Down here you've got the largest one, which just bolts straight through, if you can see, and holds the bars on there. Around the front we had problems here because we couldn't get the bars to reach the mounting plate, but what we realised after a while was we'd forgotten to take, or we didn't forget, we didn't realise we had to take one of the plates off, which was this one. This bracket here was mounted in there to hold the other one on, and we didn't realise that had to come off, but as you can see, this shaped bit here was stopping the bars mounting flush, so eventually we realised we had to take that off, and once we'd done that the bars went on nicely. On the other side there, we worked out that we could leave that one on, so we didn't bother taking that one off because it wouldn't come off anyway. The spacer goes on the bottom one, and then you can see it mounted at the top onto the back of that one. Coming around here, we had problems with this as well, because again we didn't realise this holder for the breather pipes needed to be secured back on, because when I went to put the crash skid plate on, there was nothing to mount it to there. So make sure you leave that bracket on, otherwise you can't put the sump guard, not sump guard, I keep calling it a sump guard, because you can't put the skid plate back on afterwards. Up here you've got this little plastic thing, and behind that was a bit of a fiddle, but you just mount it through there, you can see that. But that was quite easy anyway, that sort of made sense, that one. So you just poke that through, and then this goes on the front with a nut on the back, tighten that up, and that was job done. So that was pretty much it. So when you finally finish mounting the crash bars, you come around to the front, put these two together, and then you've got one bolt that goes through there to hold them together, and that's it. Job done. When you fitted the crash bars, the last thing to do then is put the skid plate back on. So you've got one there, use the new one on there, two underneath there, use the originals, and new one there, and use the original one there going into the mount that holds the breather tubes again. And that's it, finished. Once you knew what you were doing, it's quite easy to do, and it looks good. But the instructions were a complete waste of time, and I hadn't got a clue what you were doing. But it's done now. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you've all liked it, and hope it will save you lots of hours. I wish I'd had a video like this when I tried to do it in the first place. If you've liked it and it's been helpful, then please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks. See you on the next one.